Being a youth is a privilege that we all are given at a particular point in our lives, but being a youth who is able to inspire other youths is a journey that very few people take. Hello there and welcome to today's episode of the Collaborations. Today we're going to be having a very wonderful and dynamic young founder. We're going to be having the founder of Youth Inspiration. Someone Clement is a young Cameroonian who has devoted and dedicated a huge amount of his effort and of his skill as a young creative person to inspire youth through the activities that he carries on and through his life and through his educative journey. He is a scholar at the RESHAPED University, where he obtained a full Mastercard scholarship, being awarded that as a result of his wonderful academic achievements and societal impact. On his journey to personal metamorphosis, he has been able to accompany so many other people and inspire tons and tons of people to follow him on this particular journey. We were so happy when we reached out to Clement today and he accepted to join us on the collaborations, and we hope that through the information that he shares and through the experience and expertise that he puts out there, giving us his challenges and successes, we are going to be able to grasp as much knowledge as we can and apply it physically and feasibly in our own lives. So without further ado, let's have Clement.
Hey guys, my name is Clement Ngosong. I'm from Cameroon and I'm presently schooling at Ashesi University here in Ghana. So I'm in Accra, Ghana. And I study electrical and electronics engineering at my school, which is pretty cool for me because I get to do a lot of tech stuffs and get engaged with cool things like Arduino, drones and flight paths and everything that you can consider cool, to me. I do now have interest in design thinking and entrepreneurship because I got to do some entrepreneurship in my first year in school, so I kind of have some interest in it. For my career aspirations, I am looking towards becoming a social entrepreneur, someone who's going to use their tech skills to empower women in the STEM field. I think that's something we are pretty much lacking in Africa, so that's somewhere I think I'm heading to, let's say within the next 10 years or so. My understanding of the youth, the UN defines a youth as someone between 15 to 24 years old, but I would say a youth is someone between 15 to 30, I would say, and most of them they would be vibrant, energetic, and have like crazy ideas or would like to be adventurous during this part of their life. So I consider youth to be any person within 15 to 30 years old. And concerning what makes the African youth different from youths in other continents, I think I would say African youths are like a skin time bomb. They have a lot of potential in them. Well, not a negative potential as a bomb, but they have positive potential in them. But if only they are given the opportunity and chance to bring out the potential in them and realize it, then we're definitely going to make Africa great. So I'll consider African youths to be a ticking time bomb with a lot of potential. I think youth participation and civic engagement is of utmost importance to our communities. First, when we graduate out of school, like when most people graduate out of university, they are waiting for a job to come meet them. They're expecting that, when I graduate, I'll just have this job and stuff. But our school system usually has not trained us to have skills that we need in the marketplace. But when we get engaged into our community, when we start with civic participation, we can acquire the skills and the necessary experience that we need for us to be of value to the job market. So to many of my friends who ask me about the importance of volunteerism and why they should volunteer, I just tell them that you need these. These are things that will build your portfolio as a young person. These are things that will make you stand out of the crowd. Even if you have the best GPA and you're applying for a job, some companies will not take people with the best GPA. They try to take people with a balanced life, someone with a very good GPA, but he has something to do out of school. He has something to do with his community. So that's how important I think youth's participation and civic engagement is for African communities. It is one of the ways to quickly get to economic development in Africa. So I'm not a funny guy with strangers, but let me try this one. Okay, in high school we had this friend. I'll not call this. Let's call him James. So we're about to resume school, and everybody has to shave. You have to get your hair cut. You will not get into campus if your hair is not as low as what the discipline master wants. So James went to the barber, and unfortunately the barber was dumb. So the barber he was dumb and deaf. He could not hear, he could not speak, but he could write very well. So James had really long hair. I mean, it's been great and he's been keeping his hair, so he had really long hair. And when the barber starts shaving, so he shaves and gets to a certain level, he asked. He kind of asked if it's okay. I don't know the sign language he did use, and James was like, no, you should take it down. To him, he meant that you should take it down, but the barber understood something else. The barber took everything down, and he went to school hairless, and that's what ended. I think I have a lot of activities and events which have changed my views about the world and how young people are affected, but I would say the most important one, like the one which had most impact in my life, it's a conference which I attended. I actually had to. That was my first major conference I was attending in 2018. I had to travel from one region to another to get there, and I got there one day late. It was a 3 day program. I got there one day late. This program was organized by the US Embassy in my country. We had a lot of young people. I think we had more than 300 people present for that program for 3 days. People were coming and going, and the program was just to talk about certain topics. And to me, what I noticed is that the panelists, like every person who came to speak at that program was a youth. The person was very young, and then they shared the experience of how they started with their journey, how they have been doing things within their communities, and some of the challenges that they faced, the impacts that have been creating, even though as they are a young person. Someone even started a business with 1,000 francs. That's less than $2. Yeah, and now he's like an award-winning entrepreneur in my country. So I think this program was what really changed my mind about young people. Since then, I wanted to start something too. They gave me like the inspiration to start something too. They just motivated me in that program, and then I knew that young people could, be greater than they think they are. That's the event. Well, to me, I do the little things that matter. The thing with us, we always want to start big, but I do the little things that matter, and in doing the little things, when I see the change that this young person has gone through, it's quite motivating for me. First, I started with doing the little things in high school. I was very good at mathematics and other science related subjects, so I would volunteer to teach people after school, even on Saturdays, even on Sundays. I would volunteer to teach people. Like, you should come by, I'll teach you for free. I mean, you don't need to pay, we're students. And yeah, I had trouble at home actually because I was doing this. My parents were not in accord with this. They had this mentality that people in examination classes that help other people, they're the ones who end up failing. So it was a problem to them, but I still continued, and I would say everybody passed. Like, it's not entirely due to my support, but then I was happy that everybody in my class passed that exam, the GC ordinary levels. We had 100%, and we are the only batch which has had 100% in that school. So to me, that's an impact. Then I have moved from there to working with several young people across the nation. Trying to get them involved in their communities, trying to get them see the importance of civic engagement and youth participation by engaging them into volunteering acts and trying to instill a sense of hope and care for their community. And I've seen a lot of changes. I mean, people have walked to me and said, since my encounter, their life has changed. Though I don't see much that I've done, but then most of them will tell me that I've changed their lives. But to me, I'm not that much. I just show you the way, and it's up to you to decide if you want to follow or not. But I'm grateful or I'm thankful for the strength and motivation which they give me when I get this positive feedback and response that when they say because you did this, now I'm able to do this and stuff like that. It just gives me motivation enough to push forward with my projects. My advice to every young change maker: you should start small, man. Start small. We are always waiting for the resources, the money, the funding, the partners, and all those big things that we cannot even manage to start something. So I advise everyone to start small. If you're thinking of bringing change in your community after you've identified the problem, you should start small. Work with one or two people and see how the impact is going, and within some time you pull the crowd towards you. The more you do what you're doing and people are going to see that what you're doing is good, they are going to walk towards you. You do not need to go out for them, but they walk towards you. But my major advice would be to start small. And man, seriously, it's going to be tough. I had to spend all my stipend and finance just to fund my projects, which my parents don't know about. So you should start small. You should do the things you're really passionate about, and very soon your passion will be working for you. Yeah, that's my advice. As for religion, I'm not a very religious person, but I uphold Christian values. I was born into a Catholic family, but I have my own views of things. So there are things which I've aligned myself with humanity. I think religion is aligned to humanity. So whatever religion you're into, as long as it is in support in sustaining humanity and serving a greater purpose, then it's good. That's all I have to say. I think religion also plays a good role, like having something to hold on to plays a good role in what we become and how we manage the things we do within our communities. If you're some religious person, you wouldn't want to be unethical in your ways. So religion has really affected young people and how they behave, and the more religious you get, I think the more aligned to humanity you get. That's my view. Yes, I finished the question. Seriously, these questions were difficult. When I read those questions that Titus sent, it was like exam questions. Like I've taken exams to get into Titus University or something. But yeah, I want to thank Titus for giving me this opportunity to talk to his audience. Somewhere, I think there's a button somewhere you have to click there to subscribe. Then you push that other bell that is beside. It's going to let you to get notified anytime he drops a video. Yeah, thank you, Titus. Oh, by the way, I also started a YouTube channel for my projects. You can check it out. Youth Inspiration. You can check it out. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. What do I use again? I use Twitter. Yeah, but I prefer WhatsApp and Facebook more. Thank you, Titus, and you all should stay safe. No COVID.
Amongst all the young founders and young change makers that I've been able to meet in my country, Cameroon, Clement stands out as one of the most inspiring and one of the most motivating persons that I've literally ever met. As young as he is, he carries on the responsibility of an African leader, and he wants to show that leadership example through his own actions. Alongside Milton, they have really done a lot of impact in the lives of so many young people. We are so grateful that Clement was able to join us in today's episode of the collaborations, and we hope that you watching, you're able to at least learn something, or if not learn something, at least be inspired from Clement's story of how he set up his youth inspiration and how he has been able to make feasible impact through his particular organization. I'm going to give you a quick recap of all what this is if this is your first time watching one of these videos. I started a collaboration series to invite young people all across the continent of Africa, that is youths, change makers, young founders, and even people who are passionate about a particular area of career or hobby, to share with us about how the journey is for them, so that we can be able to learn and put all of that information into practice. Because as I believe, the best way to learn is to listen from someone who has learned before and who is actually practicing whatever it is that they have learned. So if you want to be an active member of this particular series of collaborations, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell notification button right next to the red subscribe button, such that each time we upload one of these collaboration videos or all of the other videos that I do on my channel, you'll be notified and you'll be able to get going. If you think that this episode was helpful in any way, just go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below about how important it was to you, or what was the most important thing that you learned from this particular episode, and we're going to review it, and it is going to be helpful to other viewers. So thank you so much once more, and have a nice day.